Alrighty guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode with Monster Angling. Guys, look what I'm doing guys. I'm out here on the ice, guys. It's first ice and I'm so freaking pumped, guys. This isn't a very big lake, as you can see, but I'm gonna be trying a bit of jigging today for some pike. It feels so freaking good, guys. I'm so happy to be back out here. And yeah, we're gonna get set up here. I already checked the ice, so I know it's safe. I got ice picks on, and we're gonna talk a bit about safety today, but I don't have a floating suit. We're not fishing deep water, but I do have ice picks. So that's the main thing. That's a good thing that I do. Just because if you ever fall through the ice, you're gonna wish you had these if you don't. But yeah, we're gonna get out here, guys, get set up, and then I'll see you guys on chest camera. So let's freaking go. Okay guys, we are getting ready now. I have everything set up here. Have my hole punched with my, I brought an axe, didn't bring a auger today. Sorry, I lost my words there. But I'm just gonna tip a minnow on a jig here. Pretty subtle presentation, but I'm so happy to be back on the ice. Yep, the sonar is not really picking much up just because of how shallow it is here, but oh, it feels so good to be back out here. It's only like end of October, right? And obviously we're gonna have the whole ice to ourselves, but it is safe.
Well, yeah, you have to be in a certain spot.
Yeah, you don't want to be going out in the big lakes right now, guys. This is just a little lake right by our house, basically. I had that bite though. Like usually the fishing's really good right out here. But what time were we out here last year? I think we were out here mid-November, like November 15th or whatever, and I thought that was early, but we had a cold snap here, and now there is ice, safe ice out here. Oh, are you kidding me? That thing just followed me off the bottom. Marking fish and they're just not biting here, but super good to be back out here again. I love ice fishing, guys. It's probably my favorite. I mean, obviously both fishing, once ice fishing is done, I'm super excited to get back out on a boat, but right now I'm just super freaking jacked to get back on here. I wouldn't probably go out any farther than we're fishing right here. This part of the lake, right where we're fishing, froze a bit sooner. Out there, I'm not really 100% sure that it would be very safe here right now, but we may venture out there in the next couple days if we get some colder nights. But right now, I'm just actually pretty surprised we haven't caught anything yet. I can't believe that dead stick over there hasn't got hit yet. That to me is surprising. Because even like we're putting a bit more movement on here, and I haven't really showed you guys what I'm using yet. I'll show you guys on big camera here in a second. I basically am just hooking a minnow through the eyes. In this case, I'm rehooking him, so I'm going to hook him a bit differently. But it's not the cleanest setup. But basically, I have a jig body, a twister tail, and a minnow right beside it. And what this kind of imitates is something wounded a little bit. I mean, it's pretty random. Like, it doesn't look like a fish as much as more of a wounded fish, but in this, like, they like a little bit of flash because the water's so muddy, first of all, but second, it's like using the bait really draws them in too, because you have the smell, right? But guys, like I said, we have a life jacket, so if anyone falls in, we can toss them out. I would be wearing a float suit. I'll actually put some video in right here of me going on yesterday, and I was wearing a float suit, but came out and checked the ice. Bit of a different spot, but it's just a couple, probably 100 yards down the bank from where I'm fishing today, but I'm pretty confident. But you still want to check, guys. We packed as light as possible today. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say. Like I said, ice picks, very key. You might think you don't need them, but when you go through, you are going to definitely want them. We're going to try our best here to get a fish for you guys, but if not, I'm not too worried about it. It's awesome just to get on the ice here, guys. I'm super stoked. I didn't even think there's going to be ice to get on after today. It was like 10 degrees today, guys. But the ice is still safe. We checked it before. Always want to do that. And hopefully we can get into a fish here. So I'm gonna end it off, guys. If we get a fish here, I will put in the video, but I'm gonna turn my camera off till then. So if we don't get any more fish, I will see you guys at home. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. This is part 2, or the second part of this video, guys. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about safety on the ice, guys. And going back to that little part of the video, we didn't end up catching anything, but we had a great time out there. I'm definitely going to be making a lot of ice fishing videos for you guys this year, and I'm so excited, guys. But if you look behind me, there is open water out there. Now, it was 17 degrees today, and the water is, or the ice is starting to melt, guys. So I'm not sure exactly when the ice will be back again, when it'll be safe to go on. But you know what? I might actually do some more open water fishing till it's frozen. So that'll be pretty good. But let's get started on a couple things you guys should do or get when you're thinking of going on early ice. Let's get started. So guys, first of all, when you're thinking early ice, now there's a lot of different people that think like, okay, I'm gonna go on early ice, which it depends when you're calling early ice, because some people are like, oh, that's mid-December. But I'm talking about when it first freezes over, like the lake behind me, and you're dealing with between, let's say, 3 and 6 inches of ice. And basically what they recommend is 4 inches of ice for a person to walk on. And I'll put a little chart here in the corner too of just the recommendations. But they recommend, like I said, 4 inches just to walk on, 5 inches for ATV and snowmobile, which this one I have a bit of a problem with. Now, if you really think about this one, I could be going out there could be 5 inches in one place. And if I walk over a spring, it could go from 5 to 1. If it were me, I'd be waiting a bit longer before I go on the ice with an ATV, maybe more like 7 or 8, but that is just me. You ever find, you know, the bubbly ice, the white ice, that is not the safest ice. You want that clear stuff when you're thinking of going on to early ice. So now that we talked a little bit about ice thickness, you know, what you're looking for in that, we're going to talk a little bit about a couple things that you should have when you're thinking of going on early ice. So a little like essential stuff like that. And just saying, guys, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. These are just things that you should have when you're thinking of going on early ice, because these things could save your life if you ever happen to fall through, which I hope you don't. But if you end up falling through, these things are going to be a game changer. So first of all, guys, we got ice picks. Now, I don't have any with me right at the moment, but if you saw the video, we talked a little bit about ice picks there. But also, you know, you can get them for 10 bucks. It's something that every ice fisherman should have in their tackle box. It can be a game changer, like I said before. But those things, if your hands are cold, if they're in mitts, you can't claw your way out just by pushing. You need something that has a bit more grip, and that is exactly what ice picks are going to give you. So that is number 1. Number 2, guys, is a spud bar or an axe. Now, some people don't have a spud bar / chisel, but you know, it just makes such a big difference, guys, because I can go out there, it's heavy enough that I can hit the ice a couple times and just go right through and see how thick the ice is. An axe, you can still do the same, it just doesn't have the same weight behind it and is a bit harder to swing, you know, and hit the ice. But it still works, guys. I'm not saying an axe doesn't work, but it's just something to check the ice with, guys, because sometimes you don't want to bring your big auger out there, you know, on early ice. You want to pack as light as possible. So that's kind of what those 2 options give you, is to pack light. Now, number 3, guys, is something a little bit different. Now, this is something that not everyone has, but it can be also a game changer. Is if you're going on early ice, or if you ever have, you know that ice is very slippery when it first freezes over, because it, you know, there's a lot of snow that melts, freezes. It's like a skating rink. So it's gonna be very slippery out there. And if you don't have ice picks on and you hit your head or land weird on the ice, you could severely hurt yourself. So it's something that is very simple. You can pick them up. They're not too expensive, just like the ice picks. And they can also help you when you're out on the ice. You're not sliding around, stuff like that. All right, guys, next up we have floating suit slash life jacket. Now I say slash and I mean or. Floating suits are expensive. If you've never seen, some of them retail for over 450 bucks, guys. And if you're like me, I don't have that money, guys. They're definitely awesome to have, those floating suits, because you have the warmth, you have the flotation, everything. It's kind of a 2-in-1 type of thing. But if you're poor like me, you could buy or just use a life jacket, guys, that you wear, you know, in the summer, like in the boat. They do the exact same thing. They float. It might look a little bit weird. You might look kind of a goof, but it's definitely going to help you if you fall through that ice. It gives you a couple extra minutes to keep calm. You know, don't want to stress out too much, but it helps you float a bit above the ice, so it's a bit easier to claw yourself out, and that could help you guys a lot as well. Now here's, guys, a couple more that I think are also very more important. So first of all, or I guess this is like the 4th or 5th one, it is a first aid kit. Now, first aid kit is something that you should have all year long. Whatever you're doing outside, it is great to have, because you never know what's going to happen, guys. When you're outside, you know, you could get a hook in the finger when you're out fishing. You could, you know, there's a lot of different things that could happen, and it's very good. You can get cut by your filleting knife, all that stuff. So it's really good to have, you know, some Band-Aids, some cleaning stuff, all that stuff when you're out in the outdoors, no matter what you're doing. Now, the last one here, guys, is some warm clothes. And this is something that probably not a lot of people have really think about, guys. But if you ever fall through the ice and you're not close to home or not near a place where you can get warm, you're going to freeze. Now, these warm clothes, what you give or what you have when you pack some extra clothes is you have warmth. Now, when you're sopping wet, your body isn't going to be able to generate heat, so you need something to keep you warm. And that is exactly what a change in clothes is going to do. Bring some socks, bring some pants, bring a sweater. Just something to change into if you ever happen to fall through the ice and you're not close to home. If you're ever going out early ice, it's really good idea to go with a friend, guys. Now, I'm sure you guys at home or wherever you're watching this have friends that like to fish, guys. If you're ever going out early ice, like I said, plan with a buddy. It's always good to have an extra guy there. They can help you out if you ever fall through the ice, help you get warm, throw you a life jacket if you don't have one, you know, toss it over so it's easier for you to get out, or stuff like that, guys. And one more thing, actually, I forgot. It's good to have a rope, guys, too, because if anyone ever falls in when you're with a buddy, you can toss them the rope and help them pull out too. That's another good thing I completely forgot about, but yeah, rope is also a very good thing to have with you for early ice, guys. And pack light. That's pretty much all it, guys. Packing light is a big thing, because if you have too much weight, obviously it takes a lot longer to bring outside onto the ice, but it also is kind of dangerous, especially when you have all that extra weight on you. With me, guys, I pack a lot of stuff when the ice is thick, and if I brought all that stuff on early ice, that would probably be pretty dangerous, guys. But yeah, like I said, pack light, bring a little sled, and kind of, you know, if you have a sled, it's going to balance the weight out a bit more, so it's not all in one when you're walking across the ice with all the stuff in your hands. It, like I said, balances out the weight, guys. But that's pretty much it, guys. There's gonna be a lot more fishing content, or ice fishing content, I should say, in the near future, guys. Hopefully it freezes back up here in the next couple weeks. But yeah, if it doesn't, I will see you guys in an open water video, probably at the river. And if it does what I want to, I'll see you guys on the ice in the next video. So that's all, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go.